What do you think the American dream is?
I think it's about becoming exactly who you want to be.
Just be really wealthy and get money.
I think the American dream is financial success.
The American dream is to obtain utter success and happiness.
Becoming the ideal image of yourself.
And do you think you've achieved this goal so far in your life?
Not yet.
No.
No, I've not.
No.
The Great Gatsby was written in 1925 by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The 20s were booming with immigration because immigrants from around the globe were searching for the American dream. The American dream meant the same thing to the immigrants as it does to people now: success, wealth, and becoming exactly who they wanted to be. Consumerism was also a new aspect to people's lives in the 20s because of the new consumer goods that were offered. This consumerism brought along with it a new definition of the American dream. Success was owning a lot of consumer goods. Gatsby was a man in the 20s, like many others, who were searching for that American dream. Gatsby was searching for wealth and to become exactly who he wanted to be. Jay Gatsby, or the former James Gatz, used to be a very poor farm boy who fantasized about becoming fantastically rich. He succeeded in obtaining wealth and eventually became the Great Gatsby. On page 98, Nick says about Gatsby, "I suppose he'd had the name ready for a long time. Even then, his parents were shiftless and unsuccessful farm people. His imagination has never really accepted them as his parents at all." This quote shows that he has known who he had wanted to be since he was little and eventually became this person. When he became the Great Gatsby, he pretended his parents weren't his parents at all. When people asked, he told them that his parents were very, very rich people from the Middle West. Another part of Gatsby's dream was obtaining Daisy. Daisy was a large aspect of Gatsby's past, and he was so obsessed with having her back, even though this was basically unobtainable, because it is impossible to relive something that happened in the past. Many immigrants could not obtain this American dream because when they came to America, they were restricted to low-paying, dangerous factory jobs, and would ultimately never become the rich, successful people that they sought out to be. Therefore, their American dream was unobtainable. When we are first introduced to Gatsby, we see him reaching out his arms, trying to reach the green light at the other end of the water at Daisy's dock. We know that this green light symbolizes Daisy, and his reaching out for her is him literally trying to obtain Daisy. However, since this green light is so far away, it shows us that this goal is unobtainable, just like the goal of Daisy is unobtainable as well. On page 16, the narrator says, "But I didn't call to him, for he gave a sudden intimation that he was content to be alone. He stretched out his arms toward the dark water in a curious way, and as far as I was from him, I could have sworn he was trembling. Involuntarily I glanced seaward, and distinguished nothing except a single green light, minute and far away. That might have been the end of a dock." We know that reaching this green light was impossible for Gatsby to do because he was at the other end of the water. Just like it was impossible for Gatsby to get Daisy again because she was a thing of the past, and just like it was impossible for the immigrants to receive high-paying, successful jobs. But without this hope of becoming successful and fulfilling the American dream, people would lose all motivation and no longer continue to better themselves. This is why the American dream needs to be unobtainable in order for people to work for it. As soon as Gatsby knew that Daisy was out of reach, this is when he died. The American dream is unobtainable.
Do you think you ever will?
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Probably not.
Hopefully.